Hello and welcome. This is Notibot ENG. Good evening. I'm your anchor, Name, and this is our breaking news recap. Tonight, tensions between Iran and the U.S. have escalated as the two nations engage in a war of words and military actions. We'll be bringing you live updates on the developing crisis, including reports that Iranian missiles and drones targeted U.S. destroyers in the Persian Gulf. We'll also examine the implications of these events and their potential impact on global politics and economies. Stay with us for the latest news. A shocking escalation in tensions between Iran and the United States has unfolded in the Middle East, with the Revolutionary Guard claiming a major attack. A confrontation between Iran and the United States has escalated in the Persian Gulf region. The Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, announced that it launched a series of attacks on U.S. destroyers using ballistic missiles, anti-ship cruise missiles, and drones carrying warheads. According to the IRGC, these attacks were in response to what they described as a ceasefire violation by the U.S. The statement from the IRGC Navy Command said that Iranian forces had launched a very large and precise combined operation targeting U.S. destroyers in the area. It claimed that intelligence observations indicated significant damage to the American enemy, with 3 enemy aggressor ships quickly fleeing the Strait of Hormuz area. However, the U.S. Central Command, CENTCOM, has disputed this account, saying that its forces had intercepted what it described as unprovoked Iranian attacks and responded with strikes in self-defense. According to CENTCOM, these strikes were made while U.S. Navy destroyers were transiting the Strait of Hormuz towards the Gulf of Oman on May 7th. This incident highlights the ongoing tensions between Iran and the U.S. in the region. The conflict is centered around issues of security and territorial claims, with both sides accusing each other of violating ceasefire agreements. The situation remains volatile, with potential for further escalation. Diplomatic efforts are underway to de-escalate the situation, but the situation on the ground remains uncertain. Following a significant shift in Iran's approach to its regional and global adversaries, we take a closer look at Tehran's evolving diplomatic strategy. Iran has officially ended its policy of strategic patience, according to Mohsen Rezai, a senior Iranian official and former Revolutionary Guard commander. This announcement comes amidst ongoing tensions with the United States. In media remarks, Rezai stated that Iran will not return to the pre-war conditions, accusing Washington of staging theatrical scenarios around the Strait of Hormuz. Rezai's comments followed a 12-day war between Iran and the United States in January last year, which resulted in significant damage to Iranian oil facilities. The conflict led to increased tensions in the region, with both sides vying for influence and control over strategic waterways. The issue at hand is the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz, a crucial shipping lane that connects the Persian Gulf to the Gulf of Oman. Rezai claims the United States is using this issue as a show of force ahead of a broader withdrawal from the region. He insists that Iran will not allow previous mistakes to be repeated and demands compensation for losses caused during the conflict. Rezai also stated that the United States must compensate Iran for its losses, adding that Tehran will obtain its full rights and compensation without compromise. This statement reflects a tougher stance by Iran, signaling a shift away from its long-held policy of strategic patience. The U.S. has been accused of attempting to undermine Iranian influence in the region, while Rezai's comments suggest a determination to resist these efforts. Tensions remain high as a fragile ceasefire teeters on the brink of collapse, with both sides exchanging blows in the strategically crucial Persian Gulf waters. The U.S. and Iran have traded fire in the Persian Gulf, with the U.S. accusing Iran of breaching a ceasefire near the Strait of Hormuz. The exchange comes amid tensions that have been escalating over the past week. According to CENTCOM, U.S. forces intercepted unprovoked Iranian attacks in the region and responded with self-defense strikes. However, Iran has denied any wrongdoing and claims that the U.S. is violating the ceasefire by targeting 2 ships near the Strait of Hormuz. Videos posted on social media show the U.S. Navy's Arleigh Burke-class destroyer USS Mason intercepting an Iranian drone in the skies over Tehran. Meanwhile, Iranian state media reported explosions on Qeshm Island, which is strategically located at the entrance to the Strait of Hormuz and serves as a key platform for Iran's naval power. The latest exchange is the latest in a series of incidents that have been escalating tensions between the U.S. and Iran in recent days. Just one day ago, U.S. President Donald Trump said that a deal with Tehran was within reach following very good talks, while also warning that the U.S. could resume bombing if Iran refused to agree to a deal. The situation remains volatile, with the U.S. and Iranian militaries maintaining a heightened state of alert. The Strait of Hormuz is a critical waterway for global oil supplies, with an estimated 20% of the world's oil passing through it every day. Any disruption to shipping in the region could have significant implications for the global economy. As the situation continues to unfold, the international community is watching with growing concern. As tensions escalate in the Middle East, we're now bringing you live updates from the Iran conflict, where a fragile ceasefire is being tested. In a dramatic escalation of tensions in the Middle East, the United States has launched a military attack on Iranian military targets in response to strikes on American ships. The U.S. says the attacks were carried out by Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps and were intended to sink 2 U.S. warships in the Strait of Hormuz. The U.S. Navy's Fifth Fleet said it had attacked several Iranian command centers, radar stations, and missile sites early yesterday morning, killing at least 15 Iranian military personnel. The strikes are believed to have been carried out by U.S. drone aircraft. U.S. President Donald Trump has insisted that the attack on Iranian targets was a proportionate response to the earlier strikes on American ships. However, Iran's Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei has denied any involvement in the attacks and accused the U.S. of aggression. The exchange of fire between the two countries has raised concerns about the risk of all-out war in the region. The United States and Iran are currently engaged in a debate over a peace proposal, which has been put forward by U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. The proposal calls for an end to hostilities and the re-establishment of diplomatic relations between the U.S. and Iran. However, it remains unclear whether Iran will accept the offer, given its long-standing opposition to U.S. sanctions and military presence in the region. The situation remains volatile, with both sides dug in over their positions on the conflict. A sudden escalation in tensions between the U.S. and Iran has led to a military response, sparking concerns about the region's stability once again. A recent escalation in tensions between Iran and its regional adversaries has seen the U.S. launch self-defense strikes on Iranian forces. The strikes, which took place on May 7th, targeted warships that were allegedly coming under fire from Hezbollah-affiliated militias in Lebanon. According to reports, a member of Lebanon's civil defense organization was killed in an Israeli strike on Friday, just one day after another rescuer from the Islamic Health Committee was also struck and killed by an Israeli airstrike. The Lebanese government has condemned these strikes, despite the fact that a truce is currently in effect. Meanwhile, the U.S. has imposed sanctions on Ali Marij al-Bahadli, Iraq's deputy oil minister, over allegations of his support for Iran. However, Iraq's state oil ministry has denied these accusations, stating that Bahadli was not involved in any oil mixing operations and that the ministry is prepared to investigate the matter. The U.S. claims that Bahadli diverted Iraqi oil to support the Iranian regime and its terrorist proxies. The sanctions aim to punish any country or company that buys Iranian oil, which the U.S. has unilaterally imposed on Iran. This move is seen as part of Washington's broader efforts to pressure Baghdad into breaking ties with Iranian-linked groups. The situation remains volatile, with tensions between Iran and its regional enemies escalating by the day. The U.S. strikes in Lebanon are a significant development, highlighting the growing military presence in the region. As the situation continues to unfold, it is essential to monitor developments closely to understand the implications for global energy markets and regional stability. That's all for today's news recap. We thank you for watching. For the latest updates on the Iran crisis, be sure to subscribe to our channel and follow us on social media. Stay informed and up to date with the world's most important stories. Join us again tomorrow for more breaking news.